Shalom, Jake. Like to start by giving all praise, all honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakal Kadash, Shanya Kabad, Lahasa Kwanyam, Shah Yasha Allah, which means double honor to the elders of Israel, right? Khan. And as you see, man, okay, yeah, Khan, shalom to the 144,000 as well, man. As you see, I just got camp done with the brother, with the bro Mayaka Allah, so, hey, Lord willing, we could continue, but, yeah, tomorrow I gotta, he already knows the deal, though. He already knows I had let the brother know I gotta go back on campus tomorrow, so, which, will be on the Sunday, but, we had winter break, so, definitely though, when I definitely come back to the city, because I'm in the city right now, but once I come back from campus, once I complete, I will definitely be running it back with him. So expect more live streams to come out, Kim. As you see, I have it posted on the community, so y'all can go check it out for yourselves. I don't want to zah, man, because hitting the highways and hedges is definitely one of my favorite things, and it keeps you in the spirit, man, and that's what we ought to do, man. We ought to remain in the spirit at all times, man. All right. So yeah, Akim, Lord willing, we're part of the number to be delivered. We'll find the number to be delivered, but for now we're gonna keep it pushing, all right. As you know it, the Lord, he's showing the dates for elect sake, man. So, all right. Let's get that out. I guess we could start with that, because at the end of the day, it's the spirit of the Lord that gives us the ability to prophesy and everything, man. It's the spirit of Yahweh Shemashah, at the end of the day. If it wasn't for the Lord, we wouldn't be out here prophesying. We wouldn't be doing these lessons. If it wasn't for Yahweh Shah, man, and the spirit he had when he had walked here on earth, man, he had the spirit of prophecy, man. On him, like, he baptized people with fire, man. All right. So his word, man, the Lord, man, his word when he taught the word, it was going out. Like it was intense. The Lord was very stern, austere. It was very serious, man. That's ultimately the best thing to have is the spirit of prophecy on you, man. Man, I sometimes think about it. If it wasn't for Yahusha, man, we'll be doomed, man. We'll be fucked. But hey, I praise and thank Yahweh Shemashah that we're Israelites, man. All right. The rest of this world is gone, man. They don't know who they are, man. All right. But at the end of the day, many are called if you are chosen. All right. So you got, just as you have three classifications of men, you have the sons of God, which is first. That comes first, which is us. We're the sons of God. Then you have the sons of men, which is the heathen. And then you have the sons of the wicked, which is Esau. And the reason I mentioned them last, because this nigga Esau, he's going to be put on at the bottom, all right? He's going to, all right, at the end of the day, man. And we're going to rule on earth, man. All right. And with Jake, man, hey, we are the tail right now, but we're gonna be on top. Esau's gonna be underneath us. How about that? You know, and like Apostle Gabar said, hey, the Lord called Jacob a worm. Hey, we're gonna be, um. So he said, we're gonna go as being as low as a worm to being as high as a god. I remember Apostle Gabar has said that, man. He said he said how the Lord, he mentioned how the Lord likened Jacob unto a worm. He said, okay, we're gonna go from being as low as a worm to being as high as a god. So how about that? Yeah, because at the end of the day, the name Jacob, which is 𝐏𝐿𝐴, it means supplanter, man. All right, so that's what we're gonna be able to do to Esau. We're gonna supplant him. All right, just so we could be above him, man. All right. So yeah, let's bring the scripture out, Akim. This is Matthew 24:22. It reads, and except those days should be shortened, there shall no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. And we praying that these days to come are shortened, man. For I'll say, as you see, I got my drink too, But yeah, man. All right. Listen, we're praying that these days are shortened already, man. Because we're in the midst of chaos and eruption. There's nothing but famine, calamity, and chaos, man. Nothing but mayhem out here unleashing. Got a lot of people. You might be walking out there. They just don't like your spirit because we're Israelites, man. So anytime these people pass by us, these scrolls and scorn, they just they don't like us, man. And that's what we see out here, man. Okay, a lot of these people, they're at war with each other, man. There's no peace to the wicked, like the scripture says, how the Lord said. The Lord said, he's even said in the scripture how there's no peace to the wicked, saith the Lord. Yeah, so the only way for peace to be established, if the only that's only when the kingdom comes. That's how peace is going to be established, when the kingdom is on earth, when the kingdom of heaven comes on earth, man. New Jerusalem, all right. But there could never be peace. As long as Esau's ruling, there will never be peace. If this man is still ruling, come on, bro. We gotta pray that the Lord shorten the days already, man, because this man is still ruling. All right. If this man rules forever, then there will no flesh will be saved, man. But guess what? The days are gonna be shortened, and the only flesh that's gonna be saved is the elect. All right. So hey, that's prophecy being fulfilled right there, man. All right. And I'm going to show you that. Listen, this devil has a short time. Okay. And the Lord showing the days for his elect's sake. All right, for our sake. Aaron says, we'll part that number to be delivered. We found a number to be delivered, man. All right. This is prophecy being this is prophecy being pushed further, because it shows you that this is going to actually come to pass, that these devils, these heathens, they're going to actually witness our salvation, man. And they're going to be astonished, and they're going to be shocked. Okay. This is Mark 13:20. It says, and except that the Lord Yahushua has shortened those days, no flesh should be saved, but for the elect's sake, whom he hath chosen, he has shortened those days. Yes, says whom he hath chosen, man. All right, and we know that the scripture says how basically the scripture also tells us how he that how many are called but few are chosen, man. You see. And who is that few that is chosen, man? The elect. All right. The Most High's beloved, the house of David, the beloved. All right. The grape of the cluster, man. All right. One thing I was thinking about too is how we're gonna be able to devour. All right. It's gonna talk about how the house of Esau gonna be a stubble, man. All right. All right. Yep, this is Obadiah 1:18. It says, and the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble, and they shall kindle in them and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for the Lord Yahweh has spoken it. Yeah, there's not going to be any remaining in this man's house, all right? He's not going to have no hedge, no covering, all right? Only the elect will, okay? This is Revelation chapter 11, going into that spiritual power, right? This is Revelation 11:4. These are all examples, right? It says Revelation 11:3. It says, and I will give power unto my two witnesses, and they shall prophesy 1,260 days, clothed in sackcloth. All right, that's a certain amount of years, All right, if you look it up, All right. Yeah, man. All right. If you look it up, it's a couple years, with and months. But yeah, it says clothed in sackcloth, man. That's gonna be the elect. All right. It says the other Salakia Khan. It says these are the two olive trees and the two candlesticks standing before the God of the earth. Yeah, the true God of the earth is Yahweh Shah, man. All right, he the one, man. Yahweh Shah. Well, yeah, Yahweh directly. He was the one that the Most High Yahweh. He was the one that directly created Yahweh Shah himself. He was the only being. Yahweh Shah was the only being created by his father. But then Yahweh Shah created the angels, man. All right, the Lord Yahweh Shah, man. He created the angels, man. So come on, man. He's definitely the God of the earth. All right, Yahweh Shah created the angels, man. Come on, bro. He's more powerful than the angels, and he was a man in the flesh. Come on earth, But what makes him perfect is that he's the only begotten son. created by the Father. All right, he once suffered in the flesh, you know, when he was Adam, you know, and he had went off. But now he's learned his lesson, and Yahweh Shah is greater than all, man. All right. So it says, standing before the God of the earth, right? The two olive trees and the two candlesticks is talking about northern and southern kingdom, man. All right. So they're gonna rise up, man. All right, they're gonna rise up. Oh, and Akim, with the thumbnail that y'all see with this book, um, y'all see that I got the brother, the brother, man. Yahweh that's speaking in the background. I'm gonna start doing that more often. I'm gonna use the brothers I really enjoy watching, because that's one brother I definitely enjoy watching. So not only I'm gonna have probably most likely Yahweh that's speaking in the background, I'm gonna have other brothers too. You know, so I'm gonna choose to to see what brothers I can hear out. You know, this is one thing I thought of too. You know, just to play the video in the background, just to edify the Akim, because like I said, hey, we living in the times of war. But you know, we're not in time of peace. We're in a time of war. So these devils, not only they're gonna come in like a flood, but while they do so, hey, channels are gonna get knocked down, and they're gonna take down a lot of Akim's channels and videos. So it's good that we bring out certain of the brothers things, and certain of what things brothers are saying. You know, it's important that we do that. That's why I play brothers videos in the backgrounds, because it's important to do that. It's important that we bring out the words of prophecy, and what Akim are saying, man. You know, you gotta be diligent. You gotta be your brother's keeper, man. You know, because like I'm the type of brother. Hey, if it comes down to re-uploading brothers' videos, I'll do it. Shit, I'm down for it, man. You know, I remember I used to do it on one of my other channels. But I was like, man, I gotta do the work myself too, though. But it's always good to save brothers' videos, man, and stuff like. So that's why I'll be doing that, Akim. All right. So yeah, just consider that. The edification must go out though, man. So, but yeah, continuing on, it says and if any man will hurt them, speaking about the Israelites, us Israelites, if any man will hurt us, right? It says fire proceeded out of their mouth, which is like, that's like that's a manipulation of elements, man. Having fire proceed out of your mouth. Come on. It says, and devour the enemies, and if any man will hurt them, he must in this matter be killed. It says, these have power to shut heaven, that it rain not in the days of their prophecy, and have power over waters to turn them into blood. All right, that's power right there, man. All right, and that's what the Lord gonna have us receive, man. All right, it says, and have power over waters to turn them to blood, and to smite the earth with all plagues as often as they will. Yeah, as often as they will, man. Can't so there's no stopping the elect, man. All right, you people are doomed. All right, the power is gonna be the only power that's gonna be given is to the elect. That's who's gonna be given unto, man, into the hands of the elect. That's what kind of power we're gonna receive. Power over fire and water, man. You know, so we could drown you devils, either drown you or burn you. And listen, you 2/3, you're gonna get evaporated, man, by the chariots, man, the chariots of the Lord, the chariots of fire, man. You're gonna get evaporated, man. If you 2/3 don't get baked in those nuclear missiles, that lake of fire, baked with nuclear missiles in that lake of fire, man, you're gonna get eventually hit by those chariots, man. You're gonna get caught. And them chariots is gonna get your ass, and it's gonna evaporate your ass, man. Them chariots, all right. That's what's gonna happen, all right. All you damn 2/3, there's no escaping, all right. There's no escaping, all right. When that time comes, now the connection wanna act up. Shit is crazy, man. I'm trying to look up. I'm trying to go into the word, and then now they wanna, fuck around with this shit, man. All right. Let me see something right quick so I can. All right. But yeah, pretty much with that being said, I'm gonna end there. Listen, remember the light gonna receive spiritual power, man. So, which spiritual power in the Hebrew will be rawak kach, rawak kach. That's how you would say spiritual power in the Hebrew. So, hey, Lord willing, we will receive that real soon. But with that being said, shalom.